Davis is expected to return to the lineup.
Probably won't need much of him.
Nope. He's picking the right team to come back again.
It's a good night for him to come back, but this team has been without 3 of its top 6 scorers for a week or 2 now. That's a huge get for them in terms, maybe more defensively than what he does offensively, but they can use him on both ends of the floor.
How good was he playing before he got hurt? I mean, hit probably the best basketball of his career, I would say. But, yeah, defensively, certainly. And you mentioned the injury. Austin Reeves is a big piece to what the Lakers were doing.
Yeah.
Guy's a very important piece for them. But AD back, both ends. And look, LeBron James, I'm mad at him because he kept me up last night. I'm watching the first half, and the Clippers have 77, and he's got 31. Slow down. I had to see what was going to happen. He wound up with, 46? But, look, the Lakers have done a nice job since AD's been out. Quality win coming back in Portland down 25. They beat Memphis at home. They've had some really good wins. They just don't play a 48-minute game. No. And their basketball IQ is on the lower end. A lot of decision-making that's not very good from that Laker group. I see too many nights, and that's part of, hey, Darvin Ham, new system, new players. I understand it takes time, AD in and out of the lineup, but he's back. Let's see if they can make a little run here before the All-Star break and solidify themselves in the playoff race.
Man, it's hard for the Lakers when LeBron James is shooting 26 to 28% from the three-point line, and he taking most of your threes, then that's tough. But look, for them to have the record that they have and to be in the position they are without AD, and with Russ and LeBron shooting the ball from the 3 the way they are, it is amazing. And it is a tribute to Darvin Ham. But I look at this Laker team, man, and say, they're better. I like the pieces that the young pieces are starting to come together. But they just don't have enough, man. And you and I talked about this in the back. Back in the day, LeBron James never lose a game. He get 46, ever. But he can't carry a team like he used to back in the day. He just needs help. And unless they get AD back and playing back at that high level. Now, would I want to face this team healthy in the first round of the play-in or the playoff? No. But, again, you are what your record are. And after 82 games, I wouldn't be overly fearful. I would go back to this. Everybody thought Tampa Bay against the Dallas Cowboys because, quote-unquote, they were healthier. No, your record was 8-9. You showed up like an 89 team, and if you look at the Lakers, they're below 500 team, and if they don't right the ship, that's what they're going to be.
Should trade for Rui Hachimura, maybe.
That's done. They did that.
They did.
Oh, yeah, they did that.
Are you excited?
He should play tonight.
No, it's not going to change.
He should play.
He's a nice player, but don't give me wrong.
He'll be in the rotation. There's no reason why it wouldn't be. And I think maybe he can help them a little bit.
I think you're right.
I think with the way they're constructed, he could be better there than he's been in Washington.
I agree.
Without a doubt.
All right, we've got more coming up. It's game time for a Wednesday night. There's the man himself. A couple of top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference get to it tonight in Philadelphia, and there's some history involved. James Harden, the former Net, resplendent in sky blue.
That's baby blue. Come on now.
Baby blue, all right. And Ben Simmons, the former 76er, back in town as a member of the Nets, who are wrapping up 5 straight on the road. Rudy Gobert and the Timberwolves take on the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. Brandon Ingram returns after 29 games away for the Pels.
Work on those threes, Rudy. That's good. Good job.
Man, if he's shooting them from that low, come on. Hey, you need to be teaching him. No wonder he can't make them.
He's 1,000 feet tall. He can shoot them from that low, right?
Not if he wants you to block him.
That's Nikola Jokic, who is warming up despite the fact he will not play tonight, along with Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in what could still be a great matchup with the Milwaukee Bucks, but has lost some of its luster tonight for sure.
Not the same.
Load man.
Not the same.
Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. It is game time from Atlanta. That's Sam Mitchell. This is TV's John Barry. I'm Matt Weiner. Sam, do you know it's been like at least 13 years since JB and I did a show together?
13?
At least 13 years.
Wow.
Because that's how long I've been here.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Long time.
I think it was, 14, 15.
It's probably longer, right? It's minimum 13, but it's probably more like 14 or 15.
I've thought about getting back together every day since then. I really have.
I can see it on your face.
This is tremendous.
Well, when Brent was here, I racked up a lot of Barry shows in the interim, just not a lot of John Barry shows.
Lucky you.
Well, lucky Brent.
That's right. Hey, Brent, how we doing? I know he's watching in San Antonio.
What's up, Brent?
I'm sure he is. Let's get to this first matchup. Philly and the Brooklyn Nets, who are surprising 2-2 on this stretch of 5 straight on the road, got a big win the other day at Golden State, comeback win against the Warriors. How important is that for them just to sort of tread water during these non-Kevin Durant games?
Extremely important, because what you're doing right now, you're not only just treading water, you're building depth, you're building confidence, because all those guys who are now playing big minutes and important minutes during this stretch without Kevin Durant, they're getting better. So for Jacques Vaughn, this is the best of both worlds if you're going to lose your star player for a significant amount of time. If you can still maintain and play around 500 basketball, Kyrie Irving has taken his game to another level, so you know you can still win your share games with him. But the depth you're building, the confidence you're building, so when you get KD back and it gets down towards playoff time when those rosters are locked in, now you have the confidence to go deeper into your bench if you have to, because these guys have not only played, but they've played significant minutes, and not only that, they've won.
Yeah, and I think the importance of how they have to win is by playing defense, which last year may be one of the worst teams ever on the defensive end. But they're playing good defense this year, and you take 29 points out of the lineup with Kevin Durant. Now you know you have to play D, and they're doing that. They're a top 10 defense. Credit to Coach. He's doing a heck of a job. Kansas, man, I just totally blank. Jacques, sorry, Jacques. But he's doing a great job with them defensively. I think he keeps this job as they move forward. Kevin Durant comes back. And look, when Ben Simmons went there, I liked the move. I think it's perfect around two guys that are that dynamic offensively. This guy can still dominate a game without shooting the basketball. I've seen it. He can rebound, he can defend, he can push, he can pass, he does it all.
Can he find himself? I think right now when I watch him, it seems like he's still, his game is
He's still in his head.
Because this is what people need to understand. He doesn't have to be better than what he was in Philadelphia. If he can just bring the Ben Simmons that he was in Philly, oh my God, then they could be quite possibly the best team in the East, because people forget, John, you know this, he still averaged 16 points a game in Philadelphia. So if he can do that with the rebound, assist, and defense, with that confidence in Philly, this team could really take off.
I don't even need him to score. I mean, he doesn't need to score. We've got other guys that can do that. Joe Harris, Royce O'Neal has proved that he can knock down threes. Seth Curry. So they got plenty of guys that can do that. He can just be himself, like you said. Don't put any pressure on yourself. And it's going to be an easier game when Durant and Kyrie Irving are out there. And he really hasn't got a feel for that yet. They haven't had enough time. So we'll give him some time. I think they're going to be dangerous.
Brendan Haywood and I did the game on Monday in San Francisco. And we talked to Jacques Vaughn about that, what he needs from Ben Simmons. And he says, I just need him to play with force. It's not about shots necessarily, because I asked him about the tentativeness you see when he gets near the rim, and there are times he passes on easy shots. He said, I just want him to play aggressively and with force. We don't need him to be a scorer. I would argue that you need him to be a little more of a scorer, because the opportunities will present themselves over the course of a game. He can't shy away from those, but you certainly don't need him to be a 20-point scorer.
Well, when Kevin Durant comes back, those scoring opportunities will be slim.
Few and far between.
So let's not worry about it. But you're right. You have to pose some sort of threat where you have to have a defense account for you, or else it's going to make it tougher on Durant and Irving to get their spacing. So he has to be a guy that, hey, if you're going to leave me alone, I have to make you pay, or at least show you have the intent to do that.
John, I just think if he drives to the basket, even if he gets fouled, and I know he has his fear of getting to the free throw line, but early in the game, I would implore him, Ben, it doesn't matter if you don't make them early in the game, because you're getting fouls on the other team's starters. You're getting us in the bonus. So every tick-attack foul, your teammates are going to the free throw line. So you're trying to convince him to get out of yourself and just go play. And don't worry about whether the ball goes in the basket, because even when you're getting to the free throw line, you're still helping our team even if you don't make it. Now, in the fourth quarter, let me coach the game. I can adjust that.
Stay out of the way.
But for the first 3 quarters, man, that stuff, it works, because go back to Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard used to have your front line in such bad foul trouble coming the fourth quarter. Now you can't play defense because everybody had 4 fouls on them. And so I would just try to get Ben to understand that even though he's shaky at the free throw line, it doesn't matter early in the game if he makes them.
And I'm with JB on he is the perfect complement to those other 2 stars. He does everything they don't do especially well, and his ability to grab it off the rim and push it in transition, set other people up. Not to mention his defense, 1 through 5.
1 through 5.
Unbelievable. By the way, shout out, and I don't know that I've ever said this on this show, shout out to Kyrie Irving's defense. Last few games, getting in a stance, picked up Steph Curry in that game on Monday. It's real.
But
Like
we've seen this
that's
from Kyrie,
leadership.
though. We've seen Kyrie play deep. Look,
Not always.
Yeah, but people can say what they want to say. And Brent and John knows this. The same attributes it takes to be a great offensive player, same things could take to be a great defensive player.
Oh, I'm
it's
not
just
saying he's
making up your mind to do it.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's incapable.
Try.
Yeah, let's try it. Then
Let's
the
try.
effort has been real. That's all I'm saying. That's the
It
point
was
I'm
the
making.
other night. He
Absolutely.
wanted Steph, and he did a heck of a job.
No, real effort, and that's real leadership as well. Everyone else sees that.
Pride, because you know what
Yeah.
Steph can do to you? He can bust you behind.
Yes, he can. Pelicans home tonight.